The Beauty of Nature, the $7 store, and 13,000 boxes of Kraft Macaroni and Cheese Dominoes. Hey, I'm Greg Ott, and we've got all sorts of weird and interesting news stories coming your way right now on your daily news refresh. Real quick, give us a hot subscribe to get more of this stuff in your feed each and every day. Thanks. So let's kick things off in the great state of Arkansas, home of Walmart headquarters, the birthplace of Roger Clinton, and the place where these things recently showed up in Pulaski County.
I don't even have an opinion of what that is. I couldn't tell you. It just looks like a blob of something.
That blob of something may resemble one of those French fry kids from the outer reaches of McDonald land, but that's just one of many sculptures that's now calling Pinnacle Mountain State Park a home. These new public art pieces, like this one called Crystallized Tears, were installed there late last year. Here's a TikTok of its installation posted to every artist's favorite website, LinkedIn, by a public art curator and advisor. But while LinkedIn may be the best place on the internet for insane #hustle grind set tips, even fine content like this isn't immune to replies like, "This is the dumbest looking shit ever."
It looks like a jumble of trash. Looks like, somebody took a tornado wreckage from, and just stuck up there on a slab of concrete.
That guy's a hiker who isn't alone in thinking that this art is out of place and distracting from the beauty of undisturbed nature. Hence, that hiker started this petition to halt art installations in Arkansas state parks, claiming that the visual impact of these works can be jarring against the backdrop of natural scenery, altering visitors' experiences, and potentially disturbing local ecosystems.
I'm trying to get in touch with Arkansas State Parks, some emails back. I haven't heard back yet, and I will present that to them, and, just to see what they have to say about it, make it aware that the majority of the people who use the state parks, who like to get out there and enjoy nature are not for, the sculptures like this.
The Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism told local news that taxpayer money wasn't used for this installation. It was made possible through a private donation through the Arkansas Parks and Recreation Foundation, which funds similar projects throughout the state. And not everyone takes issue with this art. That guy we heard from up top is a mountain biker who doesn't seem to have a problem with this, like toast and jam or gumdrop or whatever these things are.
We just ride by them and, catch it out of the corner of our eye, but we don't ever stop and go, ooh, that's really cool. Just doesn't happen. If it's something to get somebody outside and walking out in the woods going, ooh, what is that? I think that's a great idea.
The petition to halt these art installations isn't yet halfway to its goal. And in the meantime, the guy who started it notes that some of these pieces bear resemblance to parts of a major film.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. So let's watch out for the sandworms.
So I'm sorry to say that this thing doesn't get you as much as it used to. Okay, sure. Online you can find plenty of 99-cent tongue scrapers on AliExpress, but many physical stores that once promised to at least get you something for $1 can now barely offer up much more than a side of ranch. At my local McDonald's restaurant, for instance, nothing on their $1, $2, $3 menu costs $1 or $2. The best I can do is a small order of fries that costs about a penny a calorie. In February, thanks in part to a giant food fight last year, the Philadelphia Phillies got rid of their decades-old $1 hot dog night and swapped it out for a 2 for $5 hot dog promotion, which led more than 20,000 supporters to sign this online petition. Ursula McCary said it's an affordable food option for families who may only be able to afford tickets to 1 or 2 games a season. Shaylee Doberthine says $1 glizzies are a right, not a privilege. And Christina Bellamy declares, "Give me dollar dog night or give me death." And, of course, our nation's erstwhile dollar stores are now mostly anything but. The Cambridge Dictionary defines the dollar store as a store where everything costs $1. But as Reader's Digest magazine website points out, at places like Dollar General and Family Dollar, the word dollar is just part of the name now. Kind of like how GameStop still sells games, but it's basically a toy store trying to get you to sign up for rewards. And then there's the Dollar Tree. As CNN points out, the place was founded as only $1 back in 1986. But in 2021, the company announced it'd start rolling out a $1.25 price point nationwide. And yeah, You take a look at this recent ad circular, and they don't advertise a single item that costs $1, besides an assortment of 4 packs of vegetable or flower seeds. Though I do suppose it's reassuring that the natural beauty of a sunflower can be had for less than the cost of the artificial beauty of these decorative seashells.
I think the Dollar Tree merchandise is actually pretty good.
Down in West Palm Beach, Florida, this guy likes the Dollar Tree.
I mean, they have a good selection of a lot of odds and ends we all need at home.
Well, my guy, those odds and ends and all sorts of other products may not even be in the $1.25 zone pretty soon. As shared by the Motley Fool in this transcript of the Dollar Tree's most recent earnings call, they expect to expand their multi-price assortment, with products ranging from a price of $1.50 to $7.
It's 300 items among 3,000 stores, and they say they're doing it because their consumers now are making more money.
Yeah, the company's CEO mentioned in that call that their fastest growing demographic is north of $125,000 a year in income, which, quote, brings a lot more firepower to the store. While that seems like a needlessly violent way to describe high-income customers buying up lovely spring fairy garden mushroom homes, I'll take his point. But as noted by this co-founder of a financial repair firm called Better Qualified, this
Could be a side of what's ahead in the economy-wise. You know, when people are a little tighter, they start to look for different deals for everything, I think.
Now, as I'm sure you might guess, multiplying these guys by 7 doesn't necessarily sit well with people who have become accustomed to, you know, buying things for $1 at a dollar store.
If it were really going to go up to like $7, $5 to even $7, it'd be too much. You know, I'd rather just get everything at Walmart.
Back in 2021, when the Dollar Tree went up to $1.25, an analyst told CNN Business that this price increase could end up being one of the worst decisions in retail history, while another retail expert called dollar prices a trap that can't sustain business at that level. Nonetheless, if you think that $7 sounds like a lot of leaves, you might want to get ready to shake that Dollar Tree once again. When asked on that conference call whether $10 is still in play, the company's CEO said they're continuing to march towards that $10 goal. At prices like that, let's at least hope that gets us some kind of high-end tongue scraper. And by the way, if you're looking for a truly good deal that costs you nothing, like this video and subscribe to us here at the News Refresh on YouTube. We deliver new and interesting news videos each and every day at absolutely no cost to you. Wow, what a deal. And now, some kids knocking over about 13,000 boxes of Kraft Macaroni and cheese. This is video from last week where kids in Saskatchewan, Canada set up domino lines of some 13,000 boxes of Kraft products inside of the sports complex. No, it's not that they think this is a sport all the way up north there. They're actually trying to set a world record.
A very well-intended attempt to set a world record for the largest single-serve food box domino topple.
That's a school liaison who's working with these students to stack up kilos upon kilos of boxes of Canada's unofficial national dish, which here in the States is called Kraft Macaroni and Cheese, and over there is called Kraft Dinner, or KD, of which, according to a Canadian publication called The Walrus, Canadians eat an average of 3.2 boxes each per year, or 55% more than Americans do. Perhaps, at least in this instance, because these kids are giving them all away.
The community really turned out and supported us and provided us with about 7,000 boxes. Then we kind of hooked up with the Kraft Heinz Canada people, and they were so excited about what we were doing. They gave us an additional 5,500 boxes on top of what we had raised as a community.
We got 13,000 boxes, and we're gonna donate it to the food bank after we do the Topple Dominoes with it.
My Topple team, as I refer to them as, they're 11 and 12-year-old students, elementary school students, but they're so eager, the 12 of them, to come and make this a reality.
Our Topple team here worked to make sure these boxes were ready for their downfall.
Had to do a little bit of domino practice at recesses.
Putting box after box, and then we go back and knock it like this, because every box has to be exactly one box apart.
As fast as possible, but try not to knock it over.
I've knocked over it twice.
I knocked over once. We leave a gap of 3 boxes, so if something happens and it gets knocked over, the whole thing won't be knocked over.
After practicing not knocking these things over, the kids knock these things over. And look at them go. Not exactly sure what went down with that girl and the balloons there, but yeah, it worked. And the good people at Guinness World Records are now reviewing this submission. Oh, and in case you were wondering, in 2020, Kraft Macaroni and Cheese posted on Facebook that they counted the number of noodles in a box of mac and cheese and identified 1,090 of them. Using that as a baseline, at 13,000 boxes in that gym, the data scientists and statisticians here at your News Refresh can estimate that's in the ballpark of 14,170,000 individual noodles. Hope you like leftovers.